I know what button to push. I promise. I know what button to push.
Yeah. Did you hear the?
I heard the heavy sigh of they're not paying attention to me from the dog on the floor. Yes.
Yes.
Hi, John. All right, my friends. Guess what? It is Monday. It is 8 o'clock. And if it is Monday at 8 o'clock, then it is Mighty Monkeys Nerd World News. And I'm your host, Tamura Morrison. With me, as always, Ming Na Wen. Because it's that kind of a day, it's that kind of a time. So let's see who's on board already. Good evening. No Doctor Who spoilers. Don't worry. I haven't even had a chance to see it. I
haven't watched it yet.
Yep. And happy birthday, Dan. Thank you for beating me by the punch for about 20 minutes early on that one. And nicely done. Appreciate that. Nicely done. I'm glad, John, you enjoyed it. But if you say anything more about Doctor Who Flux, I will ban you from future FC3 events for in perpetuity. Like, you will have to be a Time Lord to go to another one. I'm just saying. All right.
Same thing with
you.
you.
And Peter, look at this. All they want to do is talk about Doctor Who. Guys, I haven't seen it yet.
Neither have I.
And I won't be able to see it until what? Next week?
Sunday.
Next Sunday. Not even this Sunday. This Sunday?
This Sunday.
This coming Sunday.
Which
is almost a week away because it's Monday.
The 7th.
So don't talk about it. We're banned. I've banned people from FC3 finally. It's happened. So that cherry is broken. I will go after folks now.
And I'm going to have to make sure that I don't watch it this week so I don't spoil anything, because I know I would probably say something.
Yes, you would.
So Tyler and I are going to just have to continue to watch. We just went into...
I have to monitor social media for an entire week because I have to avoid spoilers. This is ridiculous.
So therefore, Tyler and I have been rewatching the Doctor Who series. Okay. And Matt Smith just regenerated into
Peter
Capaldi.
The sneeze one.
So therefore, we've got some of those to watch.
All right. Well, let's jump into the top story, which is not Doctor Who related. It is this guy right here, friends and family. All right. The Book of Boba Fett's first trailer is taking us back into the Star Wars underworld.
Ooh.
The Fett is back, and he and his latest bounty hunting partner mean business in Star Wars' twisty underworld of smugglers and scum. Lucasfilm has released the first trailer for the Book of Boba Fett, giving us a taste of what to expect from the first major spin-off out of the slice of the Star Wars universe glimpsed in The Mandalorian Season 2 on Disney+. While we might have to wait for Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka Tano and a few old friends of hers to go down her own path on a spin-off status, in the here and now, there are more pressing concerns on the mind of Boba, the returning aforementioned Tamura Morrison, and his associate Fennec Shand, played by Ming Na Wen. The Fett family is back in the business, and now he wants all of the desert planet Tatooine and maybe even beyond to know about it. When we last left Boba and Fennec in the post-credit scene of the Mandalorian Season 2 finale, the duo calmly rolled into Jabba the Hutt's abandoned palace on Tatooine. Turned out it was not so abandoned, and the dregs of the Hutt's criminal empire were being managed by his former major domo, Bib Fortuna, from a very nice chair that Boba quickly relieved from him, courtesy of a few blaster bolts. And now he sits in the chair and has plans to make his public return to the wretched hive of scum and villainy that is Star Wars' criminal society, a pocket of the galaxy that Lucasfilm has been very interested in exploring of late, by not just taking over the former Hutt's business, but expanding it in his own name, with a desire to rule with respect rather than fear. Just how successful will Boba and Fennec are, and how many targets are painted on their back by making one of the most infamous bounty hunters in Star Wars history return a known thing, remains to be seen. But no doubt, we'll get more of a taste over the next month or so until the Book of Boba Fett hits Disney Plus starting December 29th.
It's on my calendar.
It's on your calendar?
It is on my calendar.
That's amazing. I figure if you have not seen the trailer yet, if you go to YouTube, you will find it all over the place.
Now I understand who we were at the beginning when you introduced us.
Yes.
I knew the Ming Na Wen, but I didn't.
Tamura Morrison.
Yeah.
There you go.
I didn't recognize that. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? Geek credit right now. Give me your card, the credential card, geek card. Turn it in. There we go. Close enough. All right. Whoever you are, Margaret, we're very sorry to hear about it, but we hope that things get better for it. What is going on here? The days of HIV in 2009, and so bad. Some post about Dr. Creator. Okay, so are you? Is this an infomercial?
I think it's an infomercial.
It's an infomercial. I'm going to delete the comment. I'm so happy that our show has become popular enough to have invaders on our chat.
I know. Poor Grogu's trying to hunt down Kermit because he likes frogs and frogs' eggs.
Now, this is where we start going to that, and I'm going to swing the camera over here to this pretty face to my left. You're right. Pardon me while this extra expert camera work goes on here.
Yeah.
You need to get glasses like I do.
I know.
It's time for some comic chick action.
I do have a pair of the blue light.
The blue light, the anti-glare?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
So they don't really need to see my eyes.
I do.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. Moving on.
Okay, the first one for this week, which we do have Comic Chicks on Wednesday, so we're going to be opening some comics.
Okay.
Star Wars number 18, Collision Course. Reeling from the events on Jakara and forced to confront the reality of her own choices and losses, Leia Organa meets Kira to discuss the person they both have in common, heroic smuggler and scruffy-looking nerf herder Han Solo. How has he influenced their lives to that point, and how will it change their fate moving forward? The next one, Amazing Fantasy number 4. I just thought that this cover was really cool. Kind of looks like a nightmare from D&D.
Yeah, but it looks like it's got a baby Storm with Captain's busted up shield, and there's
something.
Like a couple other references there.
This is war. Teenage Spider-Man, World War II Captain America, and Spy School Black Widow fight to survive their amazing fantasy. It's such a short little snippet that I'm definitely going to have to read it, and I still have to read Telepaths.
Yeah, you do.
I still have it.
You ready for the next one?
I am.
Okay, here we go.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Liberation number 3. Titan smash hit comic series is back for a second arc. Critically acclaimed original creative team for a new chapter in the story of Aloy and Aaron. Fending off deadly machines, the pair hunt down the killer of a member of the Asurim tribe.
Nice job.
New game Horizon Forbidden West is coming to PlayStation in 2021. And our last comic for the week is Pirate Queen number 3. This one was kind of cool. It reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean, which I was listening.
Like a book on the write-up alone.
There is definitely a book.
There's a book there.
After a series of successful attacks, Monday Ryan, her husband, and her crew of bandits are targeted and pursued relentlessly by the British Royal Navy. When a violent trap leads to their capture, Monday and crew are fitted for the gallows. Until the Royal Navy learns that Monday's pregnant. Civility prevents the hanging of a pregnant woman, and Monday is spared the noose, but her crew and husband are not. Set adrift on a small raft and left to her fate on the open sea, Monday vows that the life growing inside of her will be born into a world where its father's death has been avenged. I don't want to predict gender right now. She will find and kill every last soul responsible for her husband's death, and her baby will enter into this world free of vengeance, free of bloodshed, and free of a future drenched in violence. So Monday's going out to become an Avenger.
There it is.
Yes.
She's going to avenge.
Avenge.
That's a thing.
Yes. So Comic Chicks on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Hi me again.
Other than that, I know I put an application in for Makers Fair.
Okay.
So
And when is that this year?
On November 20th.
Okay. So we'll hear from them eventually, I suppose.
So I and a few others would be representing FC3 and is representing the Girl Scouts. So hence, that's why I did the application.
Okay.
So
Schnazzy.
Yeah, schnazzy.
Thank you, Tanya.
You're welcome.
I'm taking the camera back.
Yeah, whatever.
What?
Where's my
Where'd your what go?
Oh, it's in my pocket.
It's in your pocket. All right. Next up on the hit parade of fun. Well, there's that. Everybody knows that. Nobody uses it. You know what's funny is that I hear from this one here and Anne, oh, hey, I heard you should really be doing this. Hey, I heard, how about this? Or, hey, they were questioning about this, but nobody ever messages me.
We're out in the community.
I'm going to talk about this guy instead. Wolverine was never intended to be a mutant or to join the X-Men. This was on comicbook.com, written by Adam Barnhart just this afternoon. Wolverine was first announced some 47 years ago within the closing moments of The Incredible Hulk number 180, a very popular issue and a very expensive one now. And in the decades since, he has become one of Marvel's most recognizable characters. Some might even place him as one of the most popular comic book characters ever created. While he's often synonymous with Professor X and the X-Men, Wolverine wasn't originally intended to join the superhero group. In fact, even after he was created and released to the public, there were never any plans on him becoming a mutant. Here's a quote for you. The idea was always that he'd be a hero, but I didn't think that far ahead. And this was by Wolverine co-creator Roy Thomas. I just figured toss him out there and see what happens. I called Len Wein and told him that his name was, in fact, I told him the name, the fact that he's Canadian, he's short because he's a Wolverine, and Wolverine's a small animal. Then a need arose to market Marvel books to international communities. Al Landau, a publisher that sold Marvel pages abroad at the time, suggested coming up with a team made of international superheroes. That's when Thomas started to work on formulating giant-sized X-Men alongside Stan Lee and a few other executives. Suddenly, Wolverine found himself as a member of his very own superhero team. I used that excuse because I wanted to bring back the X-Men, Thomas said. I said, yeah, we should do that with the X-Men, have one or two old members and bring in a bunch of new guys. He adds, my idea is that they were going to be in a ship. I mean, I never told anybody this, but my idea in my head was that they would be in some sort of ship inside a cloud hovering over this place, and this place looking for mutants and so forth. And it was just a different version of what they actually did with the characters. Thomas says that he told the idea to Lee and got an instant approval. From there, Thomas assigned writer Mike Friedrich and artist Dave Cockrum to the issue. Before long, however, Thomas left his post atop Marvel editorial and was replaced by Wein. Wein then appointed himself as the writer to work alongside Cockrum. Luckily, Wein, went in two other characters of mine because I've always been interested in foreign characters becoming superheroes, the Banshee and Sunfire, and then made up a bunch of new ones, Thomas adds. He concludes that Cockrum was very inventive that way, as was Len. All of a sudden, a book that was supposed to break even in this country and make money abroad suddenly over the next couple of years did a lot better than break even in this country. But that's what happens when you get a good idea and a good creative team. And that was brought to us, again, by Adam Barnhart from comicbook.com. So a little trivia there for one of our favorite mutants of all time out there. Let's see what we got here. Sean's going to take Gambit, and James Bourne saying something along the lines, I'll take Steve Rogers in a 40 style piece of power armor. Funny you should ask that. I think we've seen that already. I believe that was a what if.
Hi,
And last but not least on the storyboard of fun is this fundamental badass over here. Darth Maul Star Wars animated show is in development. Mere hours after the trailer of the Book of Boba Fett, rumors of a Darth Maul animated show being in development have begun to surface. The Book of Boba Fett will be the latest live-action Star Wars show following the highly successful first two seasons of The Mandalorian. Boba Fett isn't the only Star Wars alumni to get a solo story, with Ahsoka and Obi-Wan series both in the works, both of which will see Hayden Christensen reprise the role of Darth Vader. Darth Maul has a long, complicated history in the Star Wars universe, first appearing on screens in the first franchise prequel film, The Phantom Menace. Despite appearing to die at the hands of Obi-Wan during the final moments of the film, Maul later returned in the animated series looking to exact revenge on the Jedi that nearly took his life. Throughout both the Clone Wars and Rebels, Maul underwent several dramatic story arcs that turned his character from Palpatine's lapdog to complicated adversary and occasional ally, especially to the Rebels' young Jedi Ezra Bridger. Perhaps the most underutilized aspect of Maul's history is his short cameo in Solo, a Star Wars story where the former Sith apprentice appears as an underground crime lord. So, now, as reported by Cinelinx, it looks like the animated series based on Darth Maul may be in the early stages of production. According to the website sources, several Star Wars voice actors have been recording for an unknown project, including Maul voice actor Sam Witwer. Adding to the rumors are another pair of sources stating that a Darth Maul series is being focused on by Disney, with one source specifically mentioning that the show will center on Maul's criminal years with the Crimson Dawn. It wouldn't be surprising if Maul was the focus of a new animated show. George Lucas himself once said he wanted to see Maul as the godfather of the Star Wars crime universe. So a show based around Maul's criminal activity is a perfect opportunity to further the groundwork laid during the surprising Solo cameo. Of course, there's always a chance that the rumors are simply related to the latest Star Wars animated show, The Bad Batch. The show, set after the events of Revenge of the Sith, focuses on a group of rogue clone troopers going against Order 66, with many episodes seeing the group deal with the shady Star Wars underground, making The Bad Batch the perfect opportunity to expand on Maul's criminal undertakings. With such a complex and interesting character, Maul deserves his backstory to be elaborated on as much as possible, and it would be surprising if the cybernetic Sith doesn't get revisited again in some form or another. Whether the rumored Darth Maul show will come to fruition remains to be seen, but with the second season of The Bad Batch currently in development, it won't be long until whatever Whitwer was recording comes to life. For now, the Book of Boba Fett is just around the corner, and with many more projects in development, there's never been a better time to be a fan of Star Wars. So there you have it on that one.
I'm taking it that's why we were in Star Wars paraphernalia.
Star Wars paraphernalia. Da-da-da.
There, we've got James.
We got James. Ooh, Maul and Bad Batch would be super cool. Yes, it would.
And Ann just told me 164 days until Disney. But who's counting?
I have no idea. All right. Hang on a second here. All right. So it's that time again in the show where we switch over from stories and we start talking about birthdays. Happy birthday. It is Monday, November 1st, to Natalia Tenna, Tony Collette, and our very own Lord President, my best friend and brother, Mr. Dan Carmen.
A round of applause for him.
I do see a James Irish hanging out in the green room all of a sudden. James, I'm going to bring you on board as soon as I finish with the birthdays. So, hey, everybody hang out because I want to hear what James has got to say. Tomorrow, on Tuesday, November 2nd, songstress Katie Lang, get ready to birthday, Michael Buffer, and Queen Sofia of Spain. Happy birthday. Wednesday, November 3rd, we say happy birthday to Dolph Lundgren, Colin Kaepernick, and activist Elizabeth Smart. And on Thursday, November 4th, we say happy birthday, hey, to Matthew McConaughey, Ralph Macchio, and Loretta Swift. There's another special birthday in my family on the 4th of November, but I'm not allowed to talk about it in public at the moment. Juliana. Anyway, moving on. Friday, November 5th, we say happy birthday to Tilda Swinton, Sam Shepard, Sam Rockwell, and Quark himself, Armin Shimmerin. And on Saturday, November 6th, the soon-to-be legendary Emma Stone, Sally Field, and Ethan Hawke. Rounding out the birthday week on Sunday the 7th, we say happy birthday to Joni Mitchell and to Lorde. All right, let's see what we got going on here. What if NWN had an infomercial on North Korean TV?
Well, considering we're getting infomercials on ours.
Yeah, there you go. Hi, James.
Were you like Garfield?
James, I think you got the squeaky voice syndrome going. Yeah.
Oh.
Remember when your audio craps out on us? There he goes. He'll be right back. He's just got to reset. And what would they sell? We would sell James. We would sell James memes. These are we would have like a whole host of James Bourne memes, and then we would sell those to North Korean citizens because why not? I know that the Monkey Business Podcast was habitually being banned in North Korea. That was
I don't know if we got banned this past week.
I would say that's probably my fault that you weren't, right? Because I think that's probably since if you guys didn't get the ban message. Then it was probably something that I've been doing. They just don't like me in North Korea.
I noticed that we had a new outlet for the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yes, it said otter.ai.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Me neither, but your conversation is ready, so I don't know.
View an otter. Well, what an otter mystery that is.
So therefore, I think we even have another platform other than Transistor
Here,
and things
we'll
like
do a
that.
little more vamping for James. Give him a little bit more time to see if he can get back in. So we're gonna do ready. Here is a spontaneous end of show puppy sighting. It's time for the Juno show. Da, 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 da. James, we're vamping for you. Hang on. I'm gonna bring you in. Hope this works. How you doing, buddy? I hate Mondays.
We get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make this as
There
quick
he
as I
is.
can because the audience has waited long enough.
Take it away, brother. It's all you.
Chris Pratt is going to voice the lasagna-loving, Monday-hating comic strip feline Garfield in a new animated movie. Coming from Alcon Entertainment and distributed by Sony. Right now, all we know is pretty much that Chris Pratt will be voicing the character who's originated by Lorenzo Music on TV specials and Saturday morning cartoons, and more recently in theaters voiced by Bill Murray. Now, this is a second in a string of surprising voice announcements for Chris Pratt this year. Previously, it was announced he would be voicing Nintendo's Mario in the animated feature from Illumination Entertainment, opposite Jack Black as Bowser and Keegan-Michael Key as Toad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is definitely also part of a larger trend in Hollywood where it feels like they have to attach a big, bankable name to a known property, as if the property itself wouldn't sell anymore. So in the case of Garfield, there might be a bit of a point. He's not nearly as prominent as he was in the 80s and 90s.
Right. I mean, that's a character whose time has come and gone on several occasions. So, all right, my friend, you got anything else for me at this point?
That's what I got at the moment.
Beautiful. Well, I appreciate that. That's so cool. I'm glad to hear that. And now, did they have a release time frame? 2022,
At the
23?
moment, let's see here. Not yet.
All right.
Not yet.
Well, as we always say in monkey business, on Nerd World News, but we say it all over the place. As we learn things, we share them with you. All right, so that's good. That's a show for us for the evening. That's 22 minutes of entertainment right there. And so I'm going to jump over to this line. I'm going to jump over to that line. And I'm going to say you guys have a great week. Have a safe week. We will talk to you again next week.